Good morning, all. I, Mrs. V.A. Yavle, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical Engineering, would be discussing today sample and hold circuit. Let's see what are the points of discussion. We will be seeing a sample and hold circuit, output of a sampler, operation and block diagram of a sample and hold circuit, need of sample and hold circuit, advantages and application of the same. A sample and hold circuit in electronics, also known as sample and follow circuit, is nothing but an analog device that samples, captures and takes the voltage of a continuously varying analog signal and holds it. Holds it means it locks it, freezes to its value at a constant level for a specified minimum period of time. Output of a sampler will look something like this. We have the signal, analog signal, which is to be sampled, is given to the sample and the whole circuit. It is being sampled and final output would look like this. It is represented as a sample and hold circuit or S&H circuit. It is usually used with an analog to digital converter to sample the input analog signal and hold the sample signal. In sample and hold circuit, the analog signal is sampled for a short interval of time, usually in the range of 10 microsecond to 1 microsecond. After this, the sample value is held until the arrival of next input signal, which is to be sampled. The duration of holding the sample will be usually between few milliseconds to few seconds. The block diagram of sample and hold circuit is the signal to be sampled is given at the input terminal. After the sample and the hold circuit operates, the sampled data or the sample signal is obtained at the output voltage. At the command terminal, the commands are being given for resuming or holding the signal for a specific duration of time. Why do we need a sample and hold circuit? Generally, if the input analog voltage in case of an analog to digital converter changes more than plus or minus of half of least significant bit, then there are chances that the output digital value is nothing but an error. So the sample and hold circuit comes into picture. In the same way, to produce accurate results, the input analog voltage has to be held constant for duration of the conversion. As the name suggests, a sample and hold circuit samples the input analog signal based on a sampling command and holds the output value at its output until the next sampling command is arrived. The input and output of a typical sample and hold circuit can be clearly seen in the following diagram. If you see the first, it is the simple analog signal which is to be given to the sampling and hold circuit. It is being sampled according to the intervals, and this sampled signal, the earlier signal, is being held till the new signal arrives. And finally, the sample and hold data, that output is obtained in this form. The components of a sample and hold circuit, if you see, it is nothing but a simple analog switch and we have an holding capacitor. Both of them function together to sample the particular signal for the specific duration of time, and the holding capacitor holds the previous signal till the next signal arrives. So this is how the sample and the hold circuit basically functions. The advantages of sample and hold circuit: it aids an ADC process by holding the sampled analog input voltage. In multi-channel ADCs, where synchronization between different channels is important, and sample and hold circuit helps us by sampling the analog signals from all channels at the same time. In multiplex circuit, the crosstalk can also be reduced to great extent with a sample and hold circuit. The applications of sample and hold circuit, we generally, as discussed, we use it in analog to digital converter circuits, use it in digital interference circuit, operational amplifiers, analog demultiplexers, data distribution system, storage of output of multiplexers, and pulse modulation systems. With this, I would like to end today's discussion. Hope You all have understood what a sample and hold circuit is, why it is needed, what are the basic components of the sample and hold circuit, its applications, as well as advantages of sample and hold circuit. Thank you.